guys, this is Denise with Puff and Brush Studios. I am here today with DJ Pumba. He is a producer and a DJ. Pumba, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Watsonville, California, and I've been producing for about 20 plus years, and I got that nickname Pumba since I was like, second grade. And it all started because I was the chubbiest kid in class or whatnot, but it just stuck, throughout the years, middle school, and then in high school, that's when I started DJing, sophomore year, and not that I was popular, but everybody knew me by Pumba, so I just ran with it, DJ Pumba, and yeah, here I am now. Everybody and their mamas knows who Pumba is.
Pumba.
Nobody knows my government name, but they know who Pumba is.
Good. They don't need to know that. They don't need to know your government.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And what types of musicians do you work with?
I mean, I work with guitarists, trumpet players, basically anything that's dope or useful. And I like working with diverse instrumentalists or just musicians, because you never know what kind of vibe you could create.
Right. Okay, nice. Who are some of your favorite artists, musicians that you have worked with?
Honestly, a lot of these musicians, they're not really known, but I always show love to them and try to put them on anywhere I can. My boy Moti, he's a guitarist. Besides being a guitarist, he's a really dope keyboard player. There's this other homie from San Antonio. He goes by Inner City Beats. He's a real dope producer too. He be sending me loops. I feel like I be working or networking with a lot of producers from all over, not just like California. I got producer friends in Texas, Atlanta, basically everywhere, New York, Seattle, different places around the States.
Okay.
And they're all diverse or like super different, so I don't know what they're gonna bring to the table, which is awesome.
Yeah, because it's like each one is like challenging in their own way.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like everybody has their strengths and weaknesses in certain like categories or genres.
Right. Okay. What advice do you have for any up and coming producers?
I would say register your shit, with ASCAP. Make sure you always register with either ASCAP or BMI, whatever they have. But I feel like that's really important, because I feel like that's in a way kind of like your music lawyers. Not necessarily music lawyers, but you're at least guaranteed that you registered your work first and you have proof or evidence that that's your work that you created or started from scratch or whatnot.
Have you ever had any of your beats stolen?
Yeah, back in back in the SoundClick days, I want to say 2008, 2007, there was this white boy rapper from Jersey. He went by Talent Couture. He had a song with Kid Ink, and he hit me up randomly because he had bought this beat that I guess you could definitely tell that they cut off my tag or my beat tag. And I guess a lot of people were just talking shit on his YouTube channel, saying like, "Yo, this is DJ Pumba's beat," or
because
like,
it was getting a lot of like attraction.
Yeah, especially that was around the time Kid Ink was starting to blow up. So, I guess he found out who made the original beat, or basically I was the one that got jacked for my beats, because he was telling me the whole background story that somebody had made like a fake website with a catalog of beats, and they were only available for limited time. So I guess he ended up buying one of those beats on that catalog, and it happened to be one of my beats. But then when he posted the video with Kid Ink, a lot of people from my hometown were commenting on his YouTube video, just talking shit like, "Yo, you stole DJ Pumba's beat," or whatnot. And I guess he finally got a hold of me like a year or two after, and he was just trying to clear shit up, and he told me that he was just gonna take down the video because the negative comments weren't stopping,
So by this time you already had like your fan base established to like back you up on his videos.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I feel like a lot of my hometown people, or like just natives from back home, had my back. Especially because I feel like I'm probably one of the few artists that has left the hometown to pursue their music dreams. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to do that nowadays. You know, they're not willing to take that risk or see what could have happened. You know, so.
Yeah, a lot of people like to like play safe. They'd rather play it safe, right?
For sure.
So did he end up taking down the video?
Yeah, he took down the video. He reached out to me telling me that there was just a lot of negativity being commented on his videos, and he ended up taking down the song. And up to date, I've tried looking for him, but yeah, nowhere to be found.
I was gonna ask, like, what was your reaction to that? Like, how did you feel? Like, okay, whenever that dropped, what was your initial feeling? Like, were you upset? Were you like, this fool stole my beat?
I mean, I was upset, but at the same time, I was like, damn, I must be doing something right if you know, motherfuckers are jacking my beats, or because you could tell right back in the day, I had a beat tag that said, "This is another Mega Slap production," and then you would hear DJ Pumba, but you could tell when they cut off the Mega Slap production. And that's basically what I have registered under my ASCAP, or how I get paid. You know, everybody knows that my publishing name is Mega Slap Production. So yeah, this dude reached out to me, and he was kind of, he thought I was gonna sue him or whatnot, but I told him like, bro, just take down the video. And you know, he was the one that ended up taking the L, because I'm pretty sure he paid for that Kid Ink verse or whatnot. And the song was kind of going viral, you know, but I think he took down the video because of all the negative comments that were going on his YouTube channel.
Right. Interesting. Okay. And I know right now you're on tour, right? With Snow the Product. So this is one of Snow the Product's producers. He has produced several songs for Snow. So what's that like? What's the lifestyle behind that right now for you?
I mean, that project took us I feel like we've been working on that project, or we were working on that project for a couple months. And some of those songs were made or started before the pandemic. A lot of people don't know that some of those songs were like 4 or 5 years old. And a lot of her fans were reaching out to her like, yo, when you gonna finally drop this song? Like, even though it's old or like a little older, like this shit is fucking fire. So what was it, last year we took the initiative to like just wrap up a lot of those songs that were not finished, and they made it on this project. But on that project, I got about maybe 20 beats that I produced or co-produced with other producers.
Wow. On
that project, yeah, it has 30 songs, total of 30 songs, I believe.
And you produced over 20 of them.
About 20 of them, yeah.
That's dope. What's tour been like so far?
Tour's been it's been good.
Yeah.
We've been so far, you know, every city's been sold out so far. So you know, the vibes and energy are amazing for
showing
sure.
Love. Everybody's showing love.
And then I don't know if we're gonna have a mariachi in Dallas, but every other night we have it because some of those songs I produced were like have like mariachi influence as far as like the instrumental.
Right.
So we've been Snow's been getting a mariachi to play over the songs I produced, which is pretty fucking dope. Hearing the real mariachi playing or replay
and she's not gonna have that in Dallas?
I mean, I don't know if she did or not. We gonna find out.
We gonna find out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, yeah.
Dang, yeah, we definitely need that for sure. She can't do Dallas like that.
No, for sure.
Okay.
It should be lit tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say has been like the greatest like learning experience for you as being a full-time like producer and DJ?
One of the things I definitely regret was not networking when I first moved to LA. I felt like I was shy, in my shell. I wasn't, you know, I was scared to network or whatnot, but I feel like now, I feel like I'm everywhere I get invited, I'm fucking there for sure.
Yeah. Like you're out there, you're putting yourself out there, you're talking to people.
The thing is about living in LA, you never know who you're gonna meet or who's connected with who, you know. That's a beautiful thing. And like recently I met Kevin Gates' DJ, and dude hella fucks with me just on some like playing video game shit. We were just playing video games, and then while he was playing video games, I made a beat on the spot, and he told me like, yo, that shit's fire, like we should definitely work. And Yeah, just
wait. So you met him like playing video games?
Yeah, we were playing FIFA on fucking at that random studio session I got invited to.
Oh no! That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
and the cool thing is that everybody cooks up, or at least that session I got invited to, everybody produces on FL Studio, so it makes the work ethic just fucking easy to just collaborate and work with other producers.
Okay, I love that. That's dope. I think that's very important. Like networking is essential. Like I always tell people, even like my kids and everything, like it's not always what you know, it's who you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And you come across the right person and that'll change your whole life. It's crazy. You got to be able to speak to people, put yourself out there.
Oh, for sure.
That goes a long way.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, that's one of the things I regret when I first moved to LA, like not going out to network, because I felt like I was just shy and I don't know.
Right.
I felt like my beats weren't good enough, but now every time I go to a studio session, that's the first thing they ask me, like, yo, lay down some drums, like your drums are fucking knocking, so.
So you would say like now you have like overall like your confidence has
Oh, for sure. I could step up into any room and I know what I can bring to the table. You know what I mean? So definitely not scared to pull up to anywhere.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, so now what is you could give one piece of advice for the rest of your life to everybody. What would that one piece of advice be?
I would say, just be open to ideas and whatever ideas get if it's gonna make the record or song that much better, like why the fuck not? Just fucking be open to ideas, because I've worked with a lot of producers that are like negative, like no, I don't want to change this, or like I don't want to go back and change certain things. So I feel like if it's gonna make and one of the things I learned too, it takes more than one producer to make a hit record. It's not just one producer, making the whole thing, because.
It's like you need a team.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. And it makes shit easier too, because recently I've been like collabing with up and coming producers in LA, and they're fucking fire, but they lack on their drums, so that's when I come in, and a lot of people I guess recognize me or know that my drums are hitting or knocking. Right. So that's one of the things that they lack on, that they asked me to like, yo, lay down some drums. I did some drums, but they're weak as fuck, so if you could help me, get that body or that low end, like, let's do it. So, yeah, it takes more than one producer it took me a while to realize that, because when you look up the credits on like Apple Music or Spotify, you see that there's more than one producer, involved. And that's something that I was kind of like, I guess, hard-headed on, like, oh, I got to do everything myself, but nah.
Like you wanted to be the only one.
Yeah,
like, oh, I don't want you working with
that was the old mentality
producer.
or the old me, Now I'm like, I'm open to.
Because you didn't know any better, almost,
absolutely,
right? Like you weren't that deep into know, like everything that's lasting takes a team.
Oh,
like,
for
all
sure.
Around. So yeah, I love that. I feel that because I feel like I also experienced that in my business as well. Just like you need a team. Like you can't try to take everything under your own wing, everything, because you'll get overwhelmed. You'll get burnt out.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Okay. Nice. I love that. I love what you do. I love it. I love your story. Where can people find you?
Pumba, Are You Nuts? At everything lowercase.
Pumba,
Pumbareyounutz. I know it's long as fuck, but
we'll also put
I'm
it down.
the only one. I'm the only one with because I feel like I used to go by DJ Pumba. That's where I fucked up. I actually had the original Instagram at DJ Pumba.
And
then I ended up switching it to DJ Pumba 831, which is the area code where I'm from. And then everybody just started, trying to get that handle. So I ended up just sticking with here's a random fact. I was on YouTube one time looking up like beat tags. And I don't know what made me look up a Lion King video clip. And there's I don't know if y'all remember when Pumbaa offers Timon, he lifts up like a log full of bugs.
They look delicious, bro.
Yeah, and then fucking Timon says, Pumbaa, are you nuts? And then that's when it just clicked. I was like, yo, that's my beat tag right there.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That's how it all happened. And
That's
to not
crazy.
get like, copywritten or getting sued, I had my brother re-say that when he was like 9. My brother's 16 now, but at that time when I had him, record that, he was like 9 or 8 years old.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that's been my beat tag for like the past 8 years, 9 years. Pumba,
That's a
Pumba,
dope.
are you nuts?
Yeah, that's a dope beat tag. I love that because Lion King is actually my favorite Disney movie.
Oh, that's fire.
And every time I watch that movie and they live that long, and I'm like, bro, those bugs look good as fuck. I'm like, that looks delicious. I would eat that right there.
And then whenever I make reggaeton beats or like any Latin beats, I basically looked up the Lion King in Spanish, and he says, "Pumba, estás loco?" So that's usually what whenever I make like like reggaeton beats or any Spanish beats, that'll be my beat tag.
Okay, nice. And then lastly, I guess like tell us one fun fact about you, a random fact that's surprising.
Damn, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like even though I guess I'm kind of quiet when I first meet people, but once they get to know me, I feel like I'm pretty funny in general. Like once I feel comfortable and I'm outspoken or whatnot, I feel like I'm pretty funny or have a pretty funny sense of humor. Okay,
so we're about to do a stand-up comedy right now with DJ Pumba. I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Okay, yes. And okay, so I am an artist. I paint here and there, but I do go through these phases where I'm painting and then I just like get out of it and I stop creating for a while. You as a producer, do you go through those phases where you're producing, you're creating, and then you just like, you get stuck or you just like get out of that?
Yeah, that happens for sure. I usually either take a day or two off, or usually what works for me, I like watching, catching up on my either Netflix shows or movies and get inspired and jump right back to it. But I do take like a day or two off. Like if I don't want to force, if I started some shit and I can't finish it, but I know the idea is super dope and it could go somewhere, I won't even force it. I'll just take a day or two off and then come back to it. Whether it might take me 3 to 4 days, or it could take me a week, but I'll definitely go back to it and knock it out.
Just a day or two?
Yeah.
Bro, I stopped painting for like 3 months. 3 or 4 months.
I mean, obviously going out and living a little, getting inspired, that shit helps too,
For sure.
Whether it's fucking going to play golf or just getting out of the studio for like a while, stepping out for a couple hours and coming back to it.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes whenever I get in that phase where I feel stuck, like even the small things, like say I have the same routine every morning, like taking a different route in the morning, driving a different way, seeing a new a new route, a new everything, it'll just like trigger something in your brain to like, okay, yeah, this is different. Now I can like, whenever you spend too much time in something and you're like every day, it's like you need that break. You need to get away or, go on a hike or go on like, I'm very inspired by nature, so I feel
or
like
even whenever like, let's say I'm stuck on something I'm working on and I'll get hit up like, yo, fucking pull up to the studio session. Like, you don't gotta play beats just to vibe out. Like, I'll get inspired just to go and like, check out what they're cooking up or like whatever they're working on. Like, I'll go back home and I'm like, yo, that shit was dope. Like, maybe I could apply some of that to whatever I'm working on, and I'll either, add on to it. I may not finish it that night, but I'll at least add to whatever ideas I have at the moment or on the spot. So that's usually my process when it comes to whenever I'm stuck on something.
Right.
And I feel like if it's like timeless music or something that's like, it's never gonna go old, because I've had beats that I'll play for people that are like 5 to 6 years old, and they'll be like, yo, when did you make this shit, like recently? I'm like, nah, that's just like 4 or 5. Yeah, just been sitting on it for a while. It's just a gem
that's just sitting there.
Yeah, so timeless music is a real thing, Yeah. It just, people are gonna gravitate to it different. Right.
And how do you handle, like, whenever artists, musicians come to you and they want to work with you, what does that process look like?
If it's like guitarists or like real musicians that play instruments, if I really fuck with them, or like, you know, I know that they're talented, I'll usually tell them to send me loops, or if I got an idea already like started, I'll ask them if they could add some shit to it, and if it sounds dope, you know, we'll submit it. If it gets placed, we'll you know, do like equal splits, or you know, we'll give them a percentage on the back end. But if it's like, you know, I know some musicians rather just get paid up front, you know, they just rather do whatever they need to do and just head out or whatnot.
Right.
But you know, if I like working with musicians that are super talented and that ain't tripping on like, oh, I know how this music shit works. You know, I may not see money right away, but I appreciate the longevity money, which is
right,
you know,
and not just a quick buck. Like right now, like, oh, I'm just trying to make this here. Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
Somebody who actually like values the whole work put into something, and like you said, the longevity. Okay.
But there has been some times where, like, you know, like people are willing to pay. Like I will charge, you know, up and coming producers. Like I'll charge them a fee, and you know, I'll send the stems back, you know, so they could do whatever they want. But if I like see potential, or like if there's a really talented, like let's say guitar player that I want to build with, you know, there's been plenty of musicians or, you know, producers that I see them going far, they just don't have the connects, or, you know, so, you know, I'm always down to fucking put them on, you know, as long as they ain't shady or do some fuck shit.
Yeah, as long as you get that energy from them that like, oh, this is a genuine person, or like, oh, like, because energy is a big thing.
Big
like,
thing, that's one thing with me. I don't care how big of your following is, you know, if the vibes are right, you know, your talent is dope as fuck, you know, and you ain't like on some fuck shit, then I'll work with you.
Yeah. So now, what do you think about producers who use Splice?
I think it could be a good and bad thing. I feel like I'm a little bit more against it. I guess it just depends on how you're using it, but I feel like a lot of producers, I feel like it's just easy for them to pick up a loop that's already like pre-made, but then again, you don't know how many other people are gonna be using that same loop. You know, that's the only downside about it. Me personally, I would rather take the long route and create some shit from scratch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure other people are gonna try to replicate it, but it's gonna be a lot harder for them to emulate or replicate that sound, which I feel like with Splice, the only way I would use it is like maybe like what is it, like sprinkles on the cake, like the final, like if it needs like a little vocal chop or like a little, you know, just something minor.
Little touch.
That's what I would probably use it. But like, I don't know, if it's something like the main melody, like you never know who's gonna have that same loop and use it multiple times. And I honestly don't know how the rights work with Splice, so I usually just try to keep everything original or work with producers who make shit from scratch or whatnot.
Okay, so how do you feel about AI and production?
I feel like AI could never.
Good answer.
I mean, I've used AI to, you know, an extent on production, like to enhance the record. You know, if it's gonna make the record, you know, better, we could re-emulate it with, you know, a real musician, or, you know, it's just to get the vibe going or the idea going. But I don't know, I feel like I have some music producer homies who use or rely on the AI shit a lot, and I don't know, sometimes it's just like, it's cool, but
not too much.
Not too much, yeah.
I feel like it takes out the craftsmanship and the art and like what production is.
For sure, yeah. But I mean, I have nothing against it, because I feel like I've used it myself, but to, like I said, to an extent, just to like enhance the record or to make it better, you know. But I feel like if you're just relying on it every time to, like, you know, use loops or like, you know, just get the beat started, I feel like, I don't know. And I feel like beat making is not that hard. You just gotta know basic music theory, because I don't know how to read music, but I know what sounds good. I know, you know, what sounds good or what goes with what sounds or instruments. So
Right. And really, if you're like relying on AI that much for beat making, it's like, do you even want to make beats, right?
For sure.
It's like, you know, you don't really want to make beats if you just want AI to make your beats for you.
Absolutely.
I feel that. Okay, good answer. No, but thank you for joining us here today. I know it's a short interview and whatnot, but I really appreciate you taking the time to come out to Puffin Burst Studios.
For sure.
We'll post your handle here down below. Make sure to follow him at Pumba. Are you nuts? Make sure to follow Puffin Burst Studios. We got Puffin Brushes every weekend here in Dallas, Texas. You smoke, you paint, have a good time. You can find us at Puffin Brush Texas or puffinbrush.com.